Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Tony, and here we are at Eldora with the 305 Sprints. I know they're slow, it's all about the line, and if you get out of line, well, you're pretty much going to get past immediately. Now, what you're watching here is just the practice laps before the qualifying session. I went ahead, ran a few, tried to get to know the track. The race before this was about 100% track, and it was just undrivable. I ended up getting disqualified because, well, I didn't go in to serve a black flag for damage. So, without further ado, let's get into the qualifying run. Now, as you can see, this one right here is between light and moderate usage. It's got a little bit of a slick patch coming out of 2, but it's not that bad in all reality. So here I am coming out of 4, just trying to get a good run. You know, I had practiced on it. I know what the track's like. Keep it down low, you're going to get a good time. Right there, it kind of goes up a little high, which is pretty much the line. And then suck it back down into 3, come out low in 4, and then swing up right to the flag stand. Now right here, coming out of 2, the tail kicks out because I hit a little bit of a slick spot. I went just a little bit too high, and it completely botched my second lap run. But somehow, in all of this, on my very first lap, I was able to qualify just outside pole. So there wasn't that much of a gap between me and first place. So it's the worst possible place to start. I don't have triple monitors. I'm running a single monitor setup. And yeah, now this part's going to get kind of loud because this guy talks really loud and this place has fireworks.
Adam, I'm going to be slow on the start, so just go ahead.
I can't remember who actually said that, but the guy that was talking, he said, "Alright guys, I'm going to be slow on the start, so just don't hit me." Well, just don't be slow on the start. So, as you can see, I'm just right behind the number 1 car, and I'm just trying to keep him right there to where I can see him. And that's kind of hard, you know. I get disoriented whenever I look out the left side to try to keep track of him. But yeah, to say that I fell asleep on the start is an extreme understatement. Like, the most extreme understatement of the year. So, pace truck's getting ready to duck in. As you can see him there. And that dude, he just takes off up there in the upper left-hand corner. You can see I had to kind of throw a block on the guy behind me. And I went from 2nd to 4th, just that fast. Now this red sprint car right here, I don't know what his line is, but he is all over the place. I'm trying to keep it sucked on the bottom, and he's keeping it sucked on the bottom in the straights. I mean, it's weird. And then he tries to tighten it up right there, which causes me to have to pedal it more than once in this race. See, he kind of swung out a little bit right there. It's almost like he's got his wing too far forward or just has the back end too loose. And as you can see, 1 and 2, they're starting to drive off. Right there, I really had to pedal it to keep from hitting him. And it was about this point where I flat said, look, I got to get around this guy. You know, the leaders are going away, and I got to get back up there. Whenever I pedaled it, I lost a lot of ground. I mean, look at him. He's running right on the wall. It's almost like he's trying to defend, but he can't defend like that on this track. I'm seeing that he's kind of going wide in almost every single turn, and I know that that's my chance to get underneath him and try to make the pass. And right there, I backed out of it just slightly, and then right here, I didn't know where he was going to go, so again, I had to feather it just to keep from crashing. And as you can see, you know, I've got that other car right on my back bumper. And unfortunately, and I don't know how this happens, but if you watch that replay up there in the top left, he ends up blowing his engine here on lap 10, I believe it is. So here I get a pretty good run off of 4. That number 3 car kind of slides a little wide, allows me to gain some time, get that mud off the screen. And right here, he swings really wide, and this is my chance. I've got to get underneath him. I got to keep pushing him to the outside, and that's what I do. You know, I keep him out there on the high line, but somehow he's getting one hell of a run coming off of 4. Right here, I dive back in. I gain a little bit of ground on him, but once again, he's getting one hell of a run on that outside. If you look on the bottom display, you can see him right there. He gets in front of me, and then right here, I dive it in, and I make him stay on the outside. Side by side racing, it's clean. I did not think he was that close whenever I did that slide job. He did not look that close in my mirror, but I made it stick, and now it's time to try to go for the leaders. As you can see, there's nobody else behind me, or behind us, because, well, his engine blew up, and he had to go to the pits. And the crappy thing is, he went to the pits, he did his fast repair, and when he come out, he got busted for speeding. So he made about a half a lap, and then had to go right back in the pits and make a stop. So all I'm doing here is, 1, I'm driving away from the red car, and 2, I'm trying to catch them leaders up there, but they're just as fast as I am. And the laps are ticking away. They lowered us from 35 laps to 20 laps in the D class, so there's just not a lot of time to do anything. All you can do, run your line. Right there's the guy that blew up the engine. That was the second time he come out of the pits. He gets behind me again, and he helps put a little bit more gap between me and that red car. I think if I would have had another 15 laps, I could have caught these leaders. I really do. Like I said, the race before this one, it was 100% track. It had a massive groove right in the middle of the track, almost no low line, and it was almost undrivable. I had a guy get in the back of me, spin me into the inside wall, and tore my wing off, and they said I had too much damage. And I figured, you know, hell, it's just damage. Keep running it. Nope. I think it was like 10 laps later, and the game just stopped. So if you get a flag where you got to go in for damage, you get a flag where you have to go in for damage. And that's it.
Good race, everybody. Good race.
Qualified second, ended up finishing third after completely falling asleep on the start. Now, if you watch that replay up there on top, the guy that was behind me just flat ran into the second place guy, which, oh, yeah. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. It was a fun race. It was the cleanest race that I've ever been in these sprints. And you had better bet that I'm going to be doing this a lot more. And wow, them fireworks are freaking loud. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on the next video.
Good job, everybody. That was pretty dang clean.